So today we're gonna talk about the Wolverine diet, and we are maybe also gonna talk about just dieting in general and what other people in terms of celebrities did for dieting. But yeah, anyway, today's gonna be about Wolverine, and I've actually found a relatively good guide. I think it is, or seems to be quite accurate, and seems to be also quite summarizing all the things that I've already read. So I did a little bit of research throughout the days, not because I thought I am gonna make a video, but just because I was very interested in it, because at this point in time I'm also trying to eat a little bit more. You know, I'm definitely not at the calories that he's eating, but I might also not be at the just labor intensity that he was, or he still is. I don't know, but I think he was. So yeah, let's actually go through it. Diet, the essential guide to nutrition on the Wolverine diet. And there, as I'm also actually seeing, there's the workout thing and there's also supplement guide. But I do think that we're going to go through all of these. But it depends, because it is a relatively long article and it might take me quite some time to go through it or read. So for Hugh Jackman to gain his ridiculous amount in size in 2 short years, he had to consume a ton of food. As discussed in a recent interview, Jackman roughly takes in over 4,000 calories in a single day. For Jackman's latest role, playing Wolverine in 2013, he claims to be eating an incredible 5,000 calories each day. To put this a little bit into perspective, just normal grown up, I think men are supposed to eat around 2,000 calories per day. On the packages of various foods, at least in Europe, they always say like, okay, just an adult has to consume 2,000 calories, which is considered to be healthy, but I am also consuming more than that. But yeah, of course, I'm working out, I'm doing stuff. It is just like inevitable the case that I have to consume a bit more. For the Wolverine diet, what is important isn't only what types of food he eats, but also when he eats. How the heck could a person like Jackman consume that many calories without putting on hardly any fat? In recent interviews, Jackman claims that he implements a 16 to 8 dietary routine. What this essentially means is that Jackman fasts for 16 hours and eats during an 8-hour period, which is intermittent fasting, by the way, which is also something that I do, even though at this point in time, but I'm I think gonna talk about it a little bit later on, I'm struggling a bit with it, just because my schedule is a bit fucked up and a bit unfortunate and a bit not good for this sort of diet. So I am just around 15 hours. This is something that I totally get, but not always the 16 hours of not eating something. So intermittent fasting. The Wolverine diet, the Hugh Jackman is on utilizing the concept of intermittent fasting. As described above, you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour period. What are the benefits of this type of eating schedule compared to a traditional diet approach? Well, better mental state. Dieting is hard work. By only eating during an 8-hour period, you can focus on other tasks without having to worry about food. Yes. Quite, unless you're like me and you're constantly worrying about food and you're constantly fucking hungry. This is then not good. For Hugh, he eats during 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. This means that after his early morning workout, he can focus on his shoot for a few hours before having his first meal. If his shoot goes into the late hours of the night, he can simply sleep when he is done, which is a pretty cool thing if you think about it. But you really have to consume a ton and enough in those 16 or just 8 hours to also be able to just live the other 16. If you don't do that, then of course you're gonna just really be below the amount of calories you should be eating. But besides that, it is just also quite healthy to not always eat and to fast from time to time. And for me, it's just, breakfast. I don't really care that much about breakfast. And if I would be eating breakfast, then, I would have oats. But the good thing is that I can just wake up, brush my teeth, take a shit, whatever, and then just straight work out and then work on whatever thing. So waste, unfortunately, quite a lot of time on YouTube. Something that I tend to do at this point of time as well. A little bit something that I need to change up. And by the way, there is some software, there is some add-ins that you can build into your favorite browser that is gonna block certain websites, and it is something that I've done for YouTube because I've been just quote-unquote wasting a decent amount of time there. So I thought, I just don't want to have that, but sustaining that is a different thing. And also increased growth hormone. Hugh is 44 years old, and And to develop a muscular physique at that age is astounding. As many studies have shown, it is harder to improve your physique as you get older because your metabolism slows down and less growth hormone is produced. In this case, this is why you see many older guys taking steroids. Sylvester Stallone. In Hugh's case, he chose to utilize intermittent fasting for the growth hormone benefits. According to a study by the University of Virginia, growth hormone secretion increases significantly by fasting. And I didn't know about that. But I also know people on YouTube, they say like, okay, after they've stopped fasting, they've been just way better with their physique because they just were able to gain more calories or just take in more calories and whatnot. So I think it really depends on who you are and definitely on your age and just what you're aiming for as well. Burn more fat or increase muscle size. Take a breather for a second. This isn't some hokey-pokey informational diet craze. Intermittent fasting has actually been shown to allow individuals to burn excess fat and pack on more muscle. However, you must be training in a fasted state, just like Hugh does, in the early morning hours. According to a study by the Research Center for Exercise and Health out of Belgium, less glycogen is burned during fasted training, with higher amounts of fat being burned off. Because you are left with more glycogen, you have more energy while reducing your body fat percentage, which I'm also doing. So as I said, I wake up and I work out, and that's quite it. And it works for me in terms of my schedule at this point in time. And I have been at home and I have been just not really working on anything that I can't schedule for myself or I can't think about on myself in quite some time, which means that, okay, in August, I do have to do some work. And I don't know what my schedule is going to be then, because I don't really think that I'm going to be able to work out in the morning since I have to get up and do shit. But I'm going to see. Maybe I'm just going to work out way earlier. I could just definitely also do that. It is not necessarily something that I really like to do because maybe I'm also going to just have 2 workouts, just half an hour and then half an hour. This could actually work quite fine. Even though, this is even more of a burden, I would say. According to another study by the Department of Biomedical Kinesiology, your body receives a larger anabolic spike with your post-workout meal following fasted training. This means that your muscles may grow more quickly in a shorter period of time, but you will see better performance in the gym. Yeah, in the gym. Nutrition on the Wolverine diet. Hugh Jackman Wolverine died to get shredded for his part, as Wolverine was nothing different when compared to the typical foods that you hear are essential to a diet. According to Hugh, his food was normally bland. It's chicken breast, but steamed and no salt, and steamed spinach as well. But I gotta have to say, it's not that bad. You can make food taste pretty good, but the thing, I'm gonna move on. In order to lean out while putting on pounds of muscle, Hugh's nutritionist had him on a high-calorie diet that was moderate in carbs and low in fat. The important thing to keep in mind is that fact that the majority of Hugh's carbohydrates during meals came from vegetables. If you can imagine, that is a ton of veggies. He was only allowed brown rice with his meals every once in a while. An example of Hugh Jackman's meal of the day that he tweeted while on a Wolverine diet. And for all the podcast listeners, yes, it is just bland chicken, and I don't know, steamed chicken, it is, and asparagus. What I do for a diet. I am actually quite high in fat, and I might just decrease that, and I think I'm actually going to decrease that, but I do think that I'm going to be, should I? This is not a question, should I be high in carbs and low in fat? Or should it be just higher in carbs and reduce the amount of fat that I'm getting? Because I do not necessarily, unless it is about fruits. I really try to not eat too many fruits, also because I'm fructose intolerant, which makes me gassy and really ugly gassy. But the thing is, what is better? Should I consume more fat and less carbs? Even though this is not that easy for me, or should I or should I consume less fat and more carbs in form of probably oatmeal? This is a very good question now. I do think that, does it actually matter? I don't really know. Of course, fat is a good thing. Maybe I'm gonna try it. Because I've just gained a little bit of fat in my tummy area, and I don't really necessarily like that. So maybe I should just go down a little bit with the fat and just really, I think I'm gonna try that today. Like really try to not have a lot of fat, but really quite a lot of carbs. Maybe I'm also gonna feel better, I don't know. But I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with the fruits there. So anyway, okay, I can't read that, and you probably can't read it as well. So yeah, how to calculate your macronutrients on the Wolverine diet. If you're thinking of starting the Wolverine diet in order to increase your lean mass, you need to determine what your macronutrients are. You often hear bodybuilders talking about counting the macros, and this simply means determining the percent of protein, carbs, and fat that you need throughout the day. Keep in mind that everyone's macros are different. You need to customize a plan that works well for you. And while Hugh consumes nearly 5,000 calories with his diet on a daily basis, chances are you will need much less. Keep in mind that Hugh's trainer has him exercising for up to 3 hours multiple days a week. So think about that. And this is also something that I had to think about. Like, I'm working out for 1.5 hours 6 times a week. This is quite a lot. It is quite a lot for just a regular human being. Of course, I could go for 7 days, but I feel like I need one rest day. You know, there's just, I don't know, like I need to have it quite. On the other hand, like, yeah, of course I need a little bit more calories. Of course I should be eating more, you know, and I have been on a very certain diet, been eating just the same for like quite some time, and it is working really fine. And I've actually seen results, and I've actually seen how my body's transforming. But yeah, of course, also for recovering, I need the calories. And I have been recovering not that well in the past times. And so this was also just reason for me to be like, well, you know, maybe I should be eating a little bit more. And now I'm just, I'm eating more oatmeal. This is something that I've increased by 50 grams, which is actually quite something. You know, if you think about it, 100 grams of oatmeal is having around 370-ish calories, and half of it, 370 times 2 is 185 calories. It is still something, and it is around 6 grams of protein, 7 grams of protein. Additionally, which means that I'm gonna have 28 around, which is also very good. You know, I'm getting also more protein in, which is also another reason. Anyway, this is not a cutting diet. There will be no calorie restrictions. In order to grow your muscles and get big following a workout, you need to be eating big and putting in the necessary work, even though the whole driver of the process is the workout. Fucking period. Rest day. Yeah, of course, you're gonna have just different days, you know, rest days and days per cycle of workouts per week. 3 workouts. I mean, 3 workouts is not that much, and I think that well, I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. Oh, now I can actually also see this other thing. Well, maybe I'm gonna do it like this. So I'm just, well, should I read this one first? It's confusing me a little bit, yeah. So on the rest day, you're gonna have, what? Okay, on rest days, you're gonna have 704 grams of 704 calories of protein, which means 176 grams of protein, which is, by the way, 4%. Can I just alter there something? No, I can't. A handy tool that is perfect to determine your macros can be found here. No, let's actually check it out, what it is like for me. But now this is 2,000 calories. I doubt that a bit, but I don't know. Well, you know, let's move on. I just really don't know what he calculated there or she calculated there. So yeah. This is a simple picture of the typical Wolverine diet. Macros for a 175 pounds male who works out 3 times a week. This is a calculated using the tool mentioned above. After determining your macros and starting the eating routine, pay attention to how your body responds. The goal is to gain muscle while putting on the least amount of fat possible. If you feel as if you're gaining fat too quickly, cut down your daily intake by a few hundred calories. This diet is all about constantly adjusting. And something to also adjust is, by the way, if you're gaining weight and if you're just progressing, you also need to increase the calories. It is about maintenance. If you eat just the same amount of calories all the fucking time, of course, you're not necessarily going to gain a lot, you know? So if you think about it. Important carb cycling, this is also one of the reasons why I like this article so much, because there's a lot of different things in there. Carb cycling is an essential way for you to cut down on your body fat while maintaining optimal muscle mass. Keep in mind that carb cycling should not be done until you feel that you have put on enough muscle. Carb cycling is just how it sounds. You eat a large amount of carbs on the days that you are in the gym, and on your rest days when you are not exercising, your goal is to keep your carb intake below 100 grams. This is a great way to cut fat quickly after you have bulked up. Just remember that because you are on a low carb intake at this point, many of your lifts in the gym may stall and you may find yourself losing strength. This is completely normal. Yes, of course, because carbs are the main source of energy. Supplements. While it is important to have proper nutrition during an implementation of the Wolverine diet, it seems nearly impossible for many of us to consistently hit our macronutrients each day by eating food alone. So let's face it, besides it being extremely hard to eat 4,000 to 500 calories at a time like Hugh Jackman did with this diet, most healthy food is expensive to purchase week after week. Along with the healthy food you eat, use supplementation to help you hit your macros. There are a few of the best that you can purchase online or at your local vitamin store. Pro tip, buying online is almost always cheaper. Yes, it is. Just because there is no middleman, there is no something to buy. You know, that just has to be a little bit of a higher price when you're buying it locally, period. So here are a few things that you may be wondering about concerning supplementation on this diet. On Hugh Jackman's Wolverine diet, did he use supplements or eat strictly clean food? According to most interviews, Hugh regularly drank protein shakes before and after his workouts. Outside of a protein supplement, all of his other nutrients came from natural foods. He most likely took additional supplements not directly tied to gaining size, such as multivitamin and fish oil pill. In fact, a study from the Department of Health Science at Getty College has shown that individuals who consume a routine fish oil supplement end up with higher amounts of fat-free mass over the course of a few months. The article is relatively old. I don't know the study. Please look it up. Period. All the links are down in the description to this article and therefore also to this particular study. So why is protein powder recommended as a part of a regimen similar to Hugh Jackman's diet? If you have heard anything about Hugh Jackman during his training for the Wolverine, he has claimed that eating so much chicken and fish literally makes him feel sick. On certain days, it is often hard for him to finish the food. Protein powder will help you to consistently consume the necessary protein requirements on this diet each day. Pro tip, aim to consume at least 1 gram per pound of your body weight every day. Protein should stay the same on workout and rest days. Yeah. Are there specific supplements that can help you gain size on? To gain the most size on this diet, while alongside the Wolverine workout, you need to eat. This is the key factor of gaining size, as they say, eat big to get big, even though, as I said before, your workout is the primary drive for gaining muscle, for increasing that, because you have to have a stimulus. But if you not get that, then just eating big won't also do the trick. Does that mean that supplements are out of the question to help you gain size? No, not at all. One of the best supplements to help you gain size on this diet is creatine monohydrate. Several studies have shown that consuming creatine regularly enhances muscle growth and size. Creatine has also been shown to increase lean body mass. Yes, it is actually one of the, if not the only one, that is indeed performance enhancing and whatnot. But it is kind of tied to hair loss for people that are prone to it. And since I am genetically, I just really tend to, I thought about it, but I think like, well, no, let's just let it be what it is. It is going to be fine. Keep in mind, creatine will make you hold additional water. This has been proven by the fitness community time and time again. If you ever feel bloated while taking creatine or see your weight shoot up dramatically, this is the likely cause, that you have more water in your body, retaining more water, which is, by the way, also one of the reasons why I think Wolverine wasn't also, or just Jackman wasn't salting anything, because it is also holding back water. So if you're considering using creatine, take between 3 and 5 grams per day. Many of the supplements will recommend you to take as much as 20 grams, but this is to get you to buy more of their products. 5 grams has been shown to increase anaerobic work capacity and is all that is needed. That's it. What is the deal with glutamine? Glutamine is an amino acid that is found in your muscles. Research has shown that after an intense workout, the glutamine levels in your body can drop by as much as 50%. Glutamine is also essential to keep your immune system functioning properly as well. As we all know, a poor immune system can leave you feeling weak and sick. According to a study by Trinity and All Saints University College, a routine supplementation of glutamine post-workout can help lessen the chance of injury, improve immune function, help you recover faster after overtraining. 2 grams of L-glutamine daily is all that you need. So what is the recommended doses of supplements for this diet? Protein, at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. Creatine, at least 5 grams per day before a workout. Even though I think it is not necessarily just important to have it before your workout, but anyway, glutamine, 2 grams with a post-workout shake. By determining your own style of the Wolverine diet is up onto customizing your Wolverine workout routine. Also very interesting. What about the supplement guides? So the Wolverine workout, typical Hugh Jackman training session, 10-minute cardio, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna just head over it very quickly. So on Monday, you're gonna have legs. On Tuesday, you're gonna have chest. On Wednesday, you have rest, apparently. On Thursday, you have back. And on Friday, you have shoulders and arms. And on Saturday and Sunday, you're again having a rest day. So it is a 4-day split with hypertrophy movement always trained to failure. So this is the ideal split for the Wolverine diet that works great alongside proper diet. For the Wolverine workout, that works great alongside proper diet. This split is similar to the style that Hugh used to get in shape for the last Wolverine film. If you're looking to target excess fat, consider doing extra cardio on your rest days. As always with the Wolverine diet routine, always remember, do a light 10-minute cardio session as a warm-up before moving on to weightlifting. You will be doing heavy reps, so pick up a weight that feels comfortable, yet will allow you to fail by the 12th rep. And by the way, there is a lot of just research on whether you should actually go for failure or not. People say that being around 2 reps shy of failure is or seems to be the best thing. And please check out Renaissance Periodization, an amazing channel by Dr. Israeli, I think. I'm not sure, probably not right. But there is a lot of very great resources when it comes to how many sets you have to do or should be doing, how much rest time, also just the sets and reps and just quite everything. It is very, very, very a nice thing to have this source. Throw in supersets for the extra burn. Aim to work out in the morning hours. You will not only get your workout in early, but you'll reap the benefits of training fasted. Increase the weight slowly each week. A great rule to follow is if you can complete all sets and reps of a certain way, increase the weight by 5 pounds during the next workout. Don't utilize cheat reps. All reps need to be slow and controlled so that you're completely working each muscle group. Switch things up and don't overtrain. As Jackman himself says, he likes 3 weeks heavy with lots of rest between sets, then change to lighter weight, slower reps for count up, for count down. Then mix in fast, explosive lifting, always changing the workout. Think you prepared to take the Wolverine workout, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so to be a little bit more precise, I guess, cardio lasts for 20 minutes and is medium to low intensity, which he apparently did right after his workouts. And his average workout can last around 3 hours, which is quite something, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, one of the best ways to train to failure outside of using the heaviest weight you're able to handle is by using supersets. Ryan will often have Hugh target his upper chest on an inclined bench press and follow immediately with a set of dumbbell chest flies. The problem with that is that you're just really breaking down your muscle, you're really destroying it, which can be a good thing. And now I also kind of get why it is just having 3 rest days and only just you're working it out once per week, a certain muscle group, which is not optimal. People say it is like 2 to 3 times or some shit. I like to stick to 2 times also because I don't have to worry about just not hitting my muscle at this in this week. You know, if I'm just only having it once a week, then I really have to make sure that I'm hitting it correctly and everything is fine, which is not always the case for me. Just maybe because of my phone, maybe because of whatever, just other reasons, but sometimes I'm just not getting to that, which is also one of the reasons why I like to have longer workouts. Just having just more volume, but a little bit less intense. You know, I just really like to have intense just sessions and stuff. But yeah, you know, I can really make sure that I'm getting my pump. I can really make sure that I get in the workout that I want to get in. Just giving myself as many opportunities as I just can get. But yeah, so Monday legs, leg extensions 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps, then squats 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps, leg press 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, leg curl 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps, stiff leg deadlift 3 sets, 10 to 12. Chest, incline bench press 4 sets of 8 to 12, bench press 3, 8 to 12, dumbbell flies 3, 12 to 15, and weighted dips 2 sets, 10 to 15 reps. On a Wednesday, you're going to have a rest day. On Thursday, you're going to have back with weighted pull-ups, 4 sets of 15, barbell rows, 3 sets of 8 to 12, lat pull-downs, 3 sets of 8 to 10, and cable rows, 6 to 10 2 sets. Friday, shoulders and arms, shoulder press, 4 sets of 10 to 15, side lateral raises, 3 sets of 10 to 12, rear lateral raises, 3, 10 to 12, shrugs, 3, 10 to 12, and barbell curls, 3, 10 to 12. On Saturday and Sunday, you're going to have a rest day. And yeah, he said that he does not really like to work out longer than an hour or an hour and a half. But you also have to just take in consideration that he's having 20 minutes of workout after each workout, 20 minutes of cardio after each workout. So yeah, I didn't check out this. Why? No. Well, good that I haven't checked it out. I'm happy about it. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much. This is going to be the end of the episode. I really hope that I've been able to enjoy it. I really hope that I've been able to learn something. So yeah, I wish you the best health of happiness and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then also being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. Yeah, another question that I'm having for you is: what could you particularly say to another person that is really going to change their life and is really going to change how they view their day and how they view the world, at least for one day? You know, we can't do an infinite amount of things, but we can do just some things to really make people's lives a bit better. And this is, I think, also something that we should try to do. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and hopefully we're going to see you the next time. Bye bye.